What if I told you? One of the most light-hearted cartoons in history may be hiding something deeper? They've made us laugh for over 30 years, yet somehow the Simpsons have predicted world-changing events with eerie accuracy. From 9/11 to the Trump presidency, from pandemics to Silicon Valley takeovers, their episodes seem to glimpse into the future. Coincidence? Or something far more unsettling? Some say it's just satire. Others believe it's predictive programming, a way to slowly prepare us for what's really coming. But today we dive deeper. This is not just about a cartoon. This is about the strange, unexplained truth hidden in plain sight. Let's start with one of the most famous examples. The Simpsons predicted Donald Trump would become President of the United States, 16 years before it happened. In the year 2000, in an episode called Bart to the Future, Lisa becomes president and says, "As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump." The image of Trump descending an escalator waving at supporters? That too was nearly frame for frame recreated during his real campaign announcement in 2015. The signs, the people, the setting. It's disturbingly identical. But here's where it gets weird. Why would writers in 2000, when Trump was just a TV personality and businessman, even imagine him as president? Was it just a joke? A satire? Or did someone know something? Let's go even deeper. After Trump became president, the show referenced him multiple times, sometimes mockingly, sometimes strangely accurate. They even showed him in a coffin in one episode, leading many to speculate about coded messages. Some theorists claim Hollywood writers are tipped off by intelligence sources. Others go even further, suggesting that The Simpsons is used as a predictive programming tool, subtly planting future realities into our subconscious. What's fact and what's fiction? That's what we're trying to uncover. One of the darkest, most disturbing coincidences in The Simpsons is their apparent prediction of the September 11th attacks. What looks, on the surface, like a random detail has haunted fans and conspiracy theorists for over 2 decades. Let's go back to 1997 for full years before the tragedy. In the episode titled The City of New York vs. Homer Simpson, Bart holds up a magazine or brochure promoting a cheap bus trip to the Big Apple. At first glance, it's harmless. But look closer. On the cover, a big, bold $9 for the ticket price. And just behind it, the silhouette of the Twin Towers resembling the number 11. So what does that look like together? 9 to 11. With the word New York directly underneath. A perfect visual alignment hidden in plain sight. Now, stop and think about that for a moment. This episode aired on September 21, 1997. Exactly 4 years before 9/11. And in a show known for absurd comedic randomness, this particular detail feels too precise to be ignored. But that's only the beginning. When the 9/11 attacks happened in 2001, viewers went back, rewatched old episodes, and began finding patterns they never noticed before. Like a frame in the episode Homer vs. the City, where a building in the background collapses due to an accident, resembling a falling tower. Or another scene where a newspaper headline says, "Terror hits Springfield," with imagery resembling chaos and panic. Even an episode with a fake news anchor yelling, "Unfortunately, the world will end on Tuesday," while the calendar flashes a date close to September. Of course, critics and debunkers have called these nothing more than pareidolia, the tendency of the brain to find patterns and meaning where there may be none. But believers in predictive programming say this is exactly how it works. The idea isn't to announce what will happen. It's to seed the collective subconscious. To normalize shocking events before they happen so that when they do, the public reacts with shock but not revolt. This tactic, according to theorists, is used in media, music, even cartoons, and The Simpsons might be one of the most effective tools ever used. And there's more. After 9/11, Many episodes seem to reflect a world shaped by that tragedy, long before public discourse caught up. Government surveillance, Patriot Act-style policing, foreign wars, domestic fear. Some even argue that The Simpsons didn't just predict 9/11, but were part of a larger psychological operation to keep the public entertained, distracted, and desensitized. A ridiculous idea? Maybe. But then again, they got the date, the imagery, the location, and the numerical symbolism all years before it happened. So now we ask again, is it just coincidence? Or are we being warned through satire? When the world was brought to its knees by the COVID-19 pandemic, many people began revisiting old media to look for signs, warnings that we might have missed. And one name came up again. And again, The Simpsons. Back in Season 4, Episode 21 titled Marge in Chains, which aired in 1993, Springfield is hit by a mysterious flu. Not just any flu, it comes from Asia, specifically from Osaka, Japan. It spreads fast, creates chaos, panic, and civil unrest. Citizens demand a cure, government leaders fail to respond, and conspiracy theories begin circulating. Sound familiar? In one chilling moment, a mob overturns a delivery truck, hoping to find a cure inside, only to accidentally release a swarm of killer bees instead. Fast forward to 2020. COVID-19 begins in Asia. Panic hits. Supermarkets are emptied. And guess what else trended at the same time? Murder hornets. Yes, real, documented, highly aggressive hornets that made headlines in North America exactly as the pandemic began. Coincidence again? Or a cartoon that saw it all coming 27 years earlier? But the rabbit hole goes deeper. In that same Simpsons episode, a scene shows a sick worker coughing into a package, which then spreads the virus overseas. Compare that to the early fears of surface transmission and the global shipping paranoia in 2020. And here's what gets creepier. That episode even shows media manipulation, conflicting scientists, and the spread of disinformation. And we're still in 1993. Now let's talk about what's ahead. The Simpsons in 2025. What did they predict? There is no official episode set in 2025. But eagle-eyed fans and theorists have linked multiple fragments from past episodes to what might be coming in 2025. Let's break them down. 1. Digital ID and social credit system. In an episode from Season 23, the people of Springfield are shown living under a surveillance system where everything is tracked: behavior, purchases, even thoughts. A character says, "If you think it, they track it." In the context of 2025, where many countries are rolling out digital ID systems tied to bank access, travel permissions, and vaccination records, this feels less like satire and more like a warning. 2. AI takeover and human obsolescence. In Treehouse of Horror 6, Lisa becomes a fully digitized consciousness, and the government is run by artificial intelligence. The AI says, "Humans are too unpredictable. We calculate better outcomes." Sound extreme? Maybe. But in 2025, AI is rapidly replacing jobs in banking, programming, even creative industries like art and writing. Was The Simpsons hinting at the tipping point? 3. Economic collapse. In another episode, Moe's Tavern becomes a crypto bar, and people use fake coins to pay for everything. Homer invests, the value crashes, and chaos erupts. With growing global debt, inflation, and digital currency tests in countries like China and the EU, 2025 may very well be the year we face a currency reset. The Simpsons may not give us exact dates, but they seem to give us warning signs of systems cracking. 4. The Sky Event. Something descends. One of the strangest predictions comes from a background detail. In a Treehouse of Horror episode, there's a poster that reads, 2025, the sky will open. It flashes for a second, but fans noticed. UFO theorists believe it hints at a mass extraterrestrial disclosure, possibly a staged alien event. Are The Simpsons hinting that 2025 is the year of the big reveal? So let's put it all together. From pandemics to economic chaos. From AI to social credit. From flu hysteria to hornet swarms. The Simpsons have touched every one of these themes years in advance. And now, as we enter 2025, those themes are no longer fiction. They're shaping our world. So the real question becomes, were they mocking the future? Or warning us about it? Over the last few years, the world has undergone a silent revolution. The technology we built is now learning to replace us. And yes, The Simpsons predicted it. AI in The Simpsons, predictions that now look real in the Treehouse of Horrors episode. Lisa uploads her consciousness to the cloud and becomes a digital being. The government is run by a cold, calculated AI system. It decides what's best for humanity, without emotion. Sound familiar? In 2025, we already have AI chatbots writing books and scripts, image generators creating art, and fake news machines replacing humans in jobs we once thought creative. What was once absurd comedy is now the foundation of the modern internet. Mind control, brainwashing, and behavioral engineering. In another episode, Homer wears a mind control helmet that reprograms him to love his job. A screen flashes subliminal messages. He smiles. But it's empty. Funny? Maybe. But in our reality, 2025 looks like this. Social media algorithms shaping emotions, advertisers using psychological data to influence decisions, devices tracking heart rate, voice tone, eye movement. You're not being forced to obey. You're being gently nudged every second by invisible code. And The Simpsons showed us this decades ago. What are they telling us about 2025? Some fans believe The Simpsons warned us about the exact moment we're in now, the tipping point when we lose control of the technology we've built. In one episode, a city is taken over by an AI system. It locks the doors, cuts the power, broadcasts directly into people's minds. It sounds like fiction. Until you realize that in 2025 we now have smart homes, neural interfaces, AI-controlled cities already being tested. Even the phrase, "the machines weren't evil. They just learned from us." Was that just a punchline or a warning? The Simpsons did it again. We laughed. We shrugged it off. But here we are, surrounded by devices that know us better than we know ourselves. With decisions made by lines of code we'll never see. In a world that's starting to feel more simulated. And once again, The Simpsons were ahead of the curve. When it comes to conspiracy theories, one has always stood above the rest: the existence of aliens and the cover-ups behind them. While The Simpsons is best known for its comedy, it's packed with strange alien references that, according to many, might actually be hiding more truth than fiction. Kong and Kodos just a joke? Or something more? Let's start with the most obvious. Kong and Kodos, the tentacled green aliens that first appeared in the early Treehouse of Horror episodes. At first they seemed like nothing more than comic relief. But over time their appearances became more symbolic. In one of the most iconic episodes, these two aliens disguise themselves as U.S. presidential candidates, running for office while mocking the entire concept of democracy. "Go ahead, throw your vote away." Kong, after revealing both candidates were actually aliens. It's funny. Until you realize how many people today genuinely believe elections are manipulated by shadow forces. The Simpsons predicted it and made it look ridiculous, but many now say that's exactly how predictive programming works. Make the truth funny. So no one takes it seriously. Area 51, Government Secrets and Alien Disclosure. In another episode, Bart stumbles upon a top-secret government van containing alien technology. A man in black warns him not to speak. Later, strange lights appear over Springfield, and people begin to vanish. The name Area 51 is never said out loud, but the clues are all there. Underground labs, flying saucer silhouettes, mind control waves, missing time events. Fast forward to 2025. Governments are now officially declassifying UFO encounters. Military pilots describe non-human craft. Even NASA has announced the possibility of intelligent life beyond Earth, and suddenly, it doesn't seem so far-fetched. The Day the Earth Looked Stupid, a very real message in a 2006 episode with this exact title. Springfield is hit by a fake alien invasion. Panic spreads. People lose their minds. The media fuels the chaos. Later, it's revealed, it was all staged to control the masses. Sound familiar? This episode mirrors almost exactly the theory behind Project Bluebeam, the idea that governments would simulate an alien invasion using holograms and psychological warfare to push the world into one unified, controlled state. Again, The Simpsons presented it as absurd. But was it just entertainment? Or a preview of planned manipulation? What are they telling us? Many now believe that shows like The Simpsons serve a deeper purpose: to reveal real plans in the form of comedy. Because if it's funny, we let our guard down. So when you see green aliens in a cartoon taking over the White House, when you see shadowy men with briefcases watching from the clouds, and when you see people laughing while the skies open above them, you have to ask, are we still watching fiction? Or are we laughing at the truth? We've seen how The Simpsons predicted pandemics, political chaos, and artificial intelligence. But some fans believe that the final message, the ultimate prediction, is something far darker: the end. Not of the show, but of civilization itself. Let's dive into the moments that made people believe The Simpsons are subtly preparing us for global collapse. Springfield. Destroyed? In multiple episodes, we see the town of Springfield wiped off the map. Sometimes by accident. Sometimes by war. Sometimes by design. In the 2007 Simpsons movie, a giant dome is dropped over Springfield by the government. The reason? The town was deemed too dangerous, due to pollution and chaos. But here's where it gets weird. Inside the dome, the citizens are monitored, controlled, and trapped. They're told it's for their safety. They're told the rest of the world is fine. Meanwhile, military drones patrol the skies and propaganda is broadcast through loudspeakers. Sound familiar? Doomsday cults and social breakdown. In several episodes, The Simpsons satirize preppers, survival bunkers, and doomsday cults. There's even an episode where Homer joins a survivalist group that believes the government will collapse and they'll have to start a new world. Funny? Sure. But the episode also shows martial law, food shortages, power grids, failing, the collapse of modern society in 2025. These themes are not so far-fetched. With ongoing economic instability, extreme climate disasters, and rising tension between world powers, more and more people are preparing for a complete breakdown of the system. Did The Simpsons make fun of this? Or did they prepare us for it in the only way people would accept, through comedy? The end is near, a repeating symbol. One symbol appears over and over again in The Simpsons. A man with a cardboard sign that reads, "The end is near." Sometimes he's a joke. Sometimes he's a background character. But he's always there when something big is about to happen in the episode. Fans believe he's not just a joke but a signal, a constant presence reminding us that collapse is always closer than we think. The Simpsons in 2025. A warning? Many theorists say The Simpsons is not just predicting single events, but mapping out a timeline, episode by episode. First, viruses and lockdowns, then social control and AI, now global collapse. They believe that 2025 could be the culmination of everything the show hinted at: economic collapse, world conflict, resource scarcity, technocratic surveillance state, and after that, reset. The final message? In one of the darker Treehouse of Horror episodes, the entire Earth is destroyed. But Bart and Lisa escape in a spaceship with the elite. The rich and powerful survive. The rest are forgotten. At the end, Kong and Kodos laugh and say, they never saw it coming. Except for that yellow family. So, was it all just coincidence? Or is the Simpsons trying to show us something deeper, something hidden right in front of our eyes? Cartoon or warning? Satire or signal? Let us know what you believe. Leave a comment below. I want to hear your theory. Was there a prediction we missed? Or one that blew your mind? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the world of hidden truths. This is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. Stay awake. Stay curious.